today, we're going to make a fun craft. Now, who's excited to go back to school? Raise your hand if you're excited to go back to school. Let me see. Are we excited? You guys excited? All right, you all are excited. Oh, I got someone saying no. Well, whether you're excited or not, back to school is coming soon. Some people are going back sooner than others, depending on where you live. But we're going to do a back to school craft today. So here is what we're going to make. We are going to make this really cute school bus, and you're going to be able to draw using your Colors of the World crayons by the time we get done, and draw pictures of you and your friends sitting in the window of the school bus, even in the little door right here, or you can even cut out and put real pictures in there. So this is what we're making today. We're going to switch to our top-down camera so I can make sure that everyone's got the supplies that they need. So let's switch it. All right, let me make sure I got my view so I can show you guys. Yep. Okay, perfect. All right, and while I'm about to get all these supplies ready for you guys, if y'all want to type in the chat your name and where you're watching from, we'll do some shout outs later on. Okay, so what we're gonna need for this is a piece of black construction paper. It can even be, look, I got one that's got some things cut out already. So it can even be a scrap piece because we're just gonna need this to make the wheels of our bus. A piece of yellow paper, we'll want a whole piece. And then a piece of white paper from your paint kit. So you're gonna need those three. Now I'm making my school bus yellow. You guys, the creativity's up to you. So if you wanna pick a different color for your school bus, have at it. You can pick whatever color you want. And then for drawing and adding a little bit of details, you can either have out your markers, your colored pencils, or your crayons, okay? You're going to need a scissor, and you're gonna need your glue stick. And then we're gonna use the Colors of the World crayons at the end. And I'm gonna give you guys some homework, because we're practicing back to school, to draw yourselves in the windows of the bus. All right, you guys ready? Give me those thumbs up if you are ready to get started. Oh, I like the dance moves too. Y'all are awesome. Okay, so let's get out something to write with, and let's take our yellow piece of paper. We can set out all the other things we need. So I'm gonna use one of my colored pencils, and I'm gonna grab my black one so it's easy for you guys to see, but you can use any colored pencil. You can use a crayon, you can use a marker, and we're gonna draw our school bus, okay? So we think about the shape of the bus, right? So we know that there's a front to the bus. We know that there's a back where all the kids sit. So let's start on the edge of our paper, and we're gonna draw one straight line. This is gonna be the front where the bus engine is, okay? So one straight line, and if you wanna know how long, you can do it the length of your pointer finger, okay? Or a little bit longer if you wanna make your bus big. Then there's lights on the bus, right? So we're gonna put a light. Let's draw a little circle right on top of that. That's gonna be the light. So it's gonna be that headlight off of our bus, okay? And then there's a bumper at the bottom. So let's do a little curved bumper line. And I'll hold this up so you guys can see it. Okay, curved bumper line. All right, so now we're gonna go to the edge. So we drew our straight line up, we drew our circle. We're gonna go to the side of our circle, and we're gonna draw a line out. So remember, this is the engine part of our bus. This line is about half the size of this line, okay? It's okay if it's a little bit longer. And then we're gonna draw a line straight up from the end of here. So one line at a time is how we're getting to this school bus, okay? Give you guys a second. All right, and then we're gonna go back to the end of this line, and we're gonna draw a line straight across here. Now, if you need to be able to, you're worried about drawing a straight line, you can always use the side of your box. So if you take either your box of colored pencils or your box of markers, you can line that up with the edge right there and use that as your straight line. So you don't need a ruler, right? We can get creative with how we get straight lines. I'll darken that line so you guys can see it. Okay. Right. Give you guys a second. Okay, now we're going to go back to the end of this line. We're going to draw a line that's going to come down to about the same area right here. So, to make this easy, let's take our colored pencils again. If you've got another box, what you can do is take your box, line it up with the top of that bumper right there. So line that box up. Okay, you can also use your secondary piece of paper. So if you don't have your box, you can use your white piece of paper. Okay, so another option, use your white piece of paper. Might be easier because it's a little longer. Line it up, and then we're going to draw a straight line down. Now, if you need help with that straight line, remember, use your box as your straight line. You could even use another piece of paper as your straight line. Okay, so we lined our paper up with the top of our bumper. So we put it right on top there, so we knew how far down to draw our line. And then we take our crayon, or our colored pencil box, we line it up, and we're going to draw that line straight down. Okay? And then you'll notice this line comes to the top of here. So what do we need on the back of a school bus? We need a bumper. So we're going to take our bumper, and we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. Just draw a little curved line. Right there. We're also going to put a light on that bumper later. Okay? All right, so our last step is going to be getting the base of our bus. You can take your paper. You can use your colored pencil box, whatever you got for your straight line. And we're going to line up at the ends of our bumper and draw a straight line. And if you guys need me to slow down or repeat a step, tell us in the chat. Hope, how are we doing?
We're doing great.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a second to get caught up. And Hope, let's do some shout outs while we let everyone get caught up. And if I shout your name out, go ahead and wave to me so I can see you.
We have Everett watching from Oklahoma.
Hi, Everett from Oklahoma.
Allie from New York.
Hi, Allie from New York.
Levi and Lena from Maryland.
Hi, Levi and Lena from Maryland. Hello, hello.
And Paige from California.
Hi, Paige from California. All right, is everyone ready to move on to the next step? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, so you may guess what our next step is, but our next step is to cut our bus out. So following those lines that we just drew. Now, remember, we drew a circle right here. We're going to cut on the outside of that circle, okay? So we're going to cut along the outside edges of all the lines that we just drew. So take your scissors and follow those lines that you just created, okay? And we're gonna cut it out. All right, we'll do some more shout outs.
All right, we have Natalie and Brody watching from California.
Hi, Natalie and Brody from California.
And Oliver from Tennessee.
Hi, Oliver from Tennessee. All right. I want to know, what grade is everyone going into? So in the chat, let's type out, what grade are you going to in school? So when you go back to school, what grade are you going to be? And we'll do some shout outs, some happy back to school posts. All right, so we're cutting all the way around the edge. Okay. Around our bumper. And on the bottom here. Okay. And then once you got your school bus cut out, hold it up for me so I can see it. I'll wait a second for you guys to get caught up. All right. Okay. Give you guys a second. All right. Okay, what do we got? Who's going to what grades?
Allie's going to 5th.
Hi, Allie. You're going to 5th grade. That's exciting.
Gwen's going to 3rd.
Gwen, you're going to 3rd. Woohoo!
And Everett and Oliver are going to pre-K.
And Everett and Oliver are going to pre-K. Yay! You guys are awesome. We got someone going to 4th grade. Yeah? I like it. My daughter is going into 4K this year. Okay. So once you got your school buses cut out, go ahead and hold them up so I know you're ready to go. Give you a second. Okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. Did anyone make a different color school bus or did everyone go with yellow? I think everyone's making a yellow one. If you could have a school bus be any other color but yellow, so if that school bus pulled up to pick you up to take you to school, what color would you want the school bus to be? If you could paint it any color, what color would you want it to be? Tell us in the chat. We want to know. I would like to see what your favorite colors are. Okay, I'm going to give a few more seconds. I see a few more people are cutting. Okay. Few more seconds. And if you've got your crayon box, grab it because we're going to use it to trace. This is how we're going to get the window on our bus. Okay. So if you've got a crayon box, even your Colors of the World or your 24 crayons, grab that. We're going to use it to trace. And the next thing that you're going to need is your white paper. Get your white piece of paper from your paint kit. Any white piece of paper will do. If you don't have your paint kit and you just got regular printer paper, that's fine. Or white construction paper. But you got some white paper in your paint kit. Okay. All right. Give me some thumbs up. Are you ready? Okay. Yeah, I like it. You guys are awesome. Okay. So let's take one of those boxes of crayons. Remember, it can be your Colors of the World or your 24 count crayon box. Either one. They're both the same size. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a window. So the easiest way to do this, take your crayon box, set it on the corner of your paper so that it lines up in the corner of your paper. Okay? So set it in the corner. And then we're going to use whatever you're using to draw before. We're going to use that. And we're going to trace the edges of it. So we only need to trace that top and that side because we're already going to have a straight edge from the sides that are on the corner. Okay? And then when you pull it off, you're going to see a nice little rectangle there. And I'll hold mine up. So you all can see. Go to, make sure you guys can see it. Okay. So remember our box was right there. We traced it. Okay. And then once you get it traced, you can go ahead and cut it out. Okay. So we'll cut out that window. So the school buses normally have a bunch of small windows, but we're going to do one big window today. We're reimagining the school bus our own way, okay? That is going to go there. So we'll set that on top once you got it done. Go ahead and set it down. And we're still going to draw two more things on our white paper. So keep that white paper out, okay? If you are done, the next step is going to be to draw a triangle. And this is going to be the front window of the bus that goes right here. So I'll show you what it looks like. This is going to be the triangle part. Okay, so we just did this part. And then we're going to do the triangle. That's going to be the bus driver's window. So if you want to go to the corner where you already cut out to give yourself an idea of how big you want it to be, we're going to just draw a triangle. Okay, a triangle has three sides. They each come to a point. Draw a triangle. And once you got that triangle drawn, you can cut it out. So I'll cut mine out and then we'll pause to give you guys some time to catch up. Okay. All right. Hope, do we got some shout outs?
We do. We have Paige who's starting first grade.
Paige, you're starting first grade. Congratulations.
Olivia is in preschool.
Yay, Olivia is in preschool.
Natalie going into second grade.
Natalie's going to second grade. Exciting.
And Brody's going into preschool.
Brody, and you're going to preschool. I'm so excited for all of you guys to start. You all are going to have such a great year. Okay, so we can go ahead and just set our triangle down. Our triangle can go here. And there's going to be some space in between here because remember, we need doors that are going to go on our bus. Okay? We need some doors. And we'll come back to this in a second. We're not done with that yet. All right, so now our next thing, we're going to actually take this bus to measure. So you could set these aside. Grab your school bus, okay? And we want to know how wide your school bus is. So set your school bus on the bottom edge of the paper, okay? And then we want to see where the top ends up on our paper. So let's draw a line Draw a line there. If you have a corner available, you can also line it up with the corner. Okay, line it up with the top and the bottom corner. But the idea is we want to see how wide our bus is. So if you're going to do the corner, you can draw a line there. If you don't have a straight corner, it's okay. So we want to know this is the width of our school bus. Now we need to make the doors. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take either a straight edge, so we can either use, if we got our black piece of paper, we can use that. We can also use our pencil box. And wherever you made your line, so if you made it down here, you can. And width-wise, you want to make your line about 2 to 3 fingers wide. My fingers are a little bigger than yours, so why don't you guys use 3? So make 3 fingers wide, okay? And then we're going to go from that line to the bottom of the paper. So at each end, we're going to start at end 1. We're going to make a really long rectangle. We're going to draw our pencil line straight down. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. We'll set it on this edge right here. Okay. And we'll draw our pencil line straight down. So now we have a really long rectangle. That's going to be the inside of our doors. And go ahead and cut that out. And then we're going to line it up with our bus and see if we need to make it a little bit shorter. But this is a good starting place, okay? We're going to cut this out. Okay. All right. And we are done with that white paper, so you can set that white paper aside. We're going to come back to our bus for a second. So you'll notice when you put this on, it's the same width as the bus. We want to make it just a smidge shorter. Okay, so once you get it cut out, line it up. And then we'll show you how to make it shorter. Okay, once you've got it cut out, hold it up for me so I can see. All right, I'll give you guys a second. Hold it up so I know you're ready to move on, okay? All right, I see some of you. We'll wait one more second. Oh, do we got some shout outs while we're waiting?
We do. We have Fiona, who's going into 2nd grade.
Hi, Fiona. Congratulations on going to 2nd grade.
Nora's going to kindergarten.
Nora, you're going to kindergarten. That's awesome.
And Max from Alabama is going into 1st.
And Max from Alabama is going into 1st. Yay! I'm excited for all of you. Okay. Once we got it cut out, we're going to lay it on our school bus. And we're going to make it just a smidge shorter. So what I want you to do, take one little finger there. And put your one finger right at the end. One finger, and we're going to make it one finger shorter. Okay? So lay it on your school bus. Put your one finger on the end. And we're going to make it just a smidge shorter. Okay? We'll draw a line across there that we're going to cut on. So let me show you guys. I'll get a little closer to the camera. So I put my finger on the edge there and I just drew a line across so I can cut it just a little bit shorter. You can also just estimate and cut off a little end so that your inside of your door is just a smidge shorter. Okay? Give you all a second. And don't forget you got your other parts too. So we can lay those out on our bus. And we got our bus driver window. Right, okay. Who's ready? Let's go to other pieces. Give me the thumbs up or a hand up if you're ready. Either one. Okay. Let's come back to our window. Take your triangle. Okay. And I want you to fold your triangle in half. So fold that triangle in half, okay? So I took my triangle and I'm folding it in half. Okay. Okay, so we want to fold it in half. Then you can open it back up and we're going to actually cut along that line. Okay, so we have a flat edge. We're going to cut along that line. So we folded our triangle in half. And then we want to cut it. Okay. So we have 2 pieces. And we're only going to need 1. Okay. So if you want to do something else with the other one, you can save it. So we had one triangle. We folded it in half, and then we cut it. So we turned it into 2. So we have a little flat edge here right now. So that is going to be our school bus driver's window towards the front of our bus. Okay. Oh, and you know what? I fibbed. You need the rest of your yellow paper. I forgot. We got to make the doors. So grab that extra yellow paper. You just need a little bit. So grab your scrap yellow. Okay. And we're going to make our doors. Now, we're going to use our window that we just made to help us make our doors, okay? So what we're going to do, start in a corner if you've got a corner. And we want to put our window right there. Okay, so put it in the corner. And use whatever you were using to draw. And we're going to draw a line across the top. Okay? So line across the top. Now, it needs to be a little bit wider than that window, so we're going to scoot our window over about 1 finger width. If you got really small fingers, use 2. Okay? So we're scooting it over, so I'll show you closer. I set my paper down in the corner. I drew a line across the top, and then you want to take, if you got small fingers, I want you to use 2, and we're going to scoot it over. So use your 2 fingers right there. Okay? I'm going to set mine back down. So you should see 2 fingers of your yellow. So got your white. We'll continue to trace that line across the top. Okay. And then we're going to trace down the side. So we've got an even bigger rectangle now. And then once you do get that done, you can cut it out. I'll pause for a second, so I'll show you again. We put our window that we just made in the corner of our yellow paper. We drew a line across the top. And you guys took 2 fingers. We slid it over. 2 fingers. Okay? And then once it was over, we continued to trace a line across the top. And we traced along the side. And we got a bigger rectangle. Okay? So go ahead and cut that out. Cut along those lines that you just traced. Okay. And I'll give you a second. Hope we got some shout outs while we wait.
We have Nora and George watching from Minnesota.
Hi, Nora and George from Minnesota.
And Lucas watching from Chesapeake.
Hi, Lucas from Chesapeake. Okay. All right, I'm dancing while I'm waiting for you guys. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. I got some thumbs, okay? All right. Now, we've got this, which needs to be 2 doors. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half, just like we did with our triangles. So take your rectangle, and we're going to fold it in half long ways. It's a hot dog fold. So we're going to make a hot dog fold long ways, okay? So hot dog fold, okay? So we started with our longer rectangle, got hot dog. So our hot dog fold. And then when you unfold it, you're gonna cut it down the middle, okay? So you're gonna cut along that line that you just folded. So you folded it in half, hot dog style. Creased it with your fingers. Open it back up, okay? And then we've got this crease from where we folded it. We're going to cut along that fold line. Okay? This is going to give us 2 doors for our school bus. Okay? So we now have 2 smaller rectangles. These are going to go over our window. Okay? So 2 smaller rectangles. Right. We can put our window back over here. Our window for the door. And then we're going to put our doors over here for a second, and we'll come back to those, okay? So we've got all of our pieces. We're missing a key piece to our bus. Does anyone know what that key piece is? Type it in the chat. What are we missing for our bus? You guys, I see it. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. We are missing our bus wheels. So grab your glue stick, because this looks like it could be a good wheel, right? So we're going to grab our glue stick, and we're going to grab our black paper, and we're going to use our glue stick to make our wheels. So use whatever you are tracing. I'm using black, so it might be a little hard to see, and I'll hold it up when I'm done, but you can even use a marker. So we're going to trace the bottom of our glue stick to get a circle, and we're going to do that twice. So hold it up so you guys can see. I know it's a little hard to see, but all I did was I took the bottom of my glue stick, set it on my paper, and traced it. And we're going to do that twice. Okay? So 2 times, because our bus, you're only going to be able to see 2 wheels, but buses often have more wheels than 2. But for our school bus, we're only going to have 2 that you're going to be able to see. So once you get those drawn, go ahead and cut them out with your scissor. Okay, I'll hold mine up to see if you can see. I know it's a little hard, but you can see I got 2. Just trace the bottom of my glue stick. Okay, and then we're going to cut them out with our scissor. So see guys, when you are looking for shapes, when you're doing school projects or you're doing crafts, you can use the things that you have to help you create shapes. So oftentimes we forget about some of those things we have. Look, our crayon box was the perfect rectangle, right? We can use our side of our colored pencil box as a ruler, like to get a straight line. We can use our glue stick for a circle. So don't forget about the things that you may have that can work to help you create shapes, okay? It's always nice to try and use the things that we have with us the best we can. And sometimes you guys can get creative and think of new uses for things. Because who would have thought the bottom of our glue stick could be a wheel on a bus, right? Just need a little imagination. All right, we've got 2 wheels. Once you got your wheels cut out, our wheels are going to go on our bus. So go ahead and lay them out. I'll give everyone a second to get caught up. Show me your wheels once they are cut out. Okay, I see some wheels. I see some bus wheels. Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. I am not a singer. That's why I craft, because I can't sing. All right, everyone's got their wheels. All right, it's time to start putting our school bus together. So let's start with our wheels. Let's use our glue stick that we just used to draw our wheels. And what we want to do is we want to take our wheel, we're going to flip it over, and we're only going to put glue on half of it, okay? So glue on half. So just a little bit of glue right on the half side there. And we're going to glue that one towards the front of our bus, so close to our bumper. And then we're going to take our second wheel, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put glue only on half of it, and that half that has glue on it. So we put glue right there on the half. We're going to glue towards the back of our bus by our bumper, by our back bumper right back there, okay? And then, you know, bottom of your glue stick is also a glue stick holder. So you can keep your glue stick open while you're working and put it in there to hold it. All right. Next thing we're going to glue on is our window. So let's take our window, you can flip over whichever side you want it to be the back. If you've got pencil marks and you want to put that side back down, put the glue on the side you've got the pencil marks. And we're going to put glue all over, okay? So enough to cover the whole back, the window. And we're going to place that in the top corner of the bus, okay? Use your finger to press it down. If you need to add more glue, you can. Okay. All right. I'll give you guys a second to catch up. 1 second. Oh, someone said no sound. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Can you guys hear me now? No. Yeah? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, looks like we're good now. Who knows? Sometimes technology is crazy and it has a hiccup. But thank you for telling us so we can make sure. All right. We're going to skip our doors for a second. Whoops. Skip our doors. Skip our 2 doors that we created in that window. Leave that where it is. And we're going to take that triangle. We're going to go ahead and glue our triangle on. So again, if you've got pencil marks, you can always do that side. flip it over, whichever side you want to put the glue on, and add some glue all to the back. And then we're going to glue that one towards the front, because remember, that's the window for the bus driver. Glue that right towards the front there. Use your finger to press it down. Okay. All right. Now, take off your 2 doors for a second, and we've got our window left. So now what we want to do is we want to glue down our window. Okay? So take your window, place it face down, whichever side you want to put the glue on. It's going to be the back. Put glue all over that. And we're going to glue that in between the windows. So in between the bus driver's window and the back window. Okay? Glue that down so it's flat. Now, we're going to do something different with these so that they can open. Okay? Because we want our doors to be able to open. So what we're going to do is we're going to take each one individually. And watch me do this first. We're going to take the edge and we're going to fold it over. Just a smidge. Okay, so I'm folding it over just a little bit. Okay, so it was flat, and then I folded it back just a little bit, okay, and creased it. So now you've got this little edge folded over, made it have an even thinner rectangle. So we folded that back. We're going to do the same thing with the other one. So about this, try and do the same amount that you're going to fold over that edge. Okay. Fold the edge. Like that. Okay. So you have 2. So we folded those edges over, and this is how our doors are going to open. I'll wait for you guys when you're ready. Hold up your 2 doors. Okay, I see some, I see some. All right. Okay, so now, in order to attach our doors, we're going to take the folded sides, okay? And we're going to take the 2 folded sides. They're going to be on the outside, okay? They're going to go like that over the windows. So let's take one at a time. And we're going to take that folded edge, we're going to set it face down, and we're going to put glue just on this edge. So a little bit glue stick. It's okay if you get it on the other part. Remember, it dries clear. So glue stick just on that edge right there, okay? Then we're going to take that edge, and we're going to glue it right over the edge of that window of the door, okay? Glue that down. Once it's stuck, just use your finger to run over it. You got one side of your door that can close. Okay? You got one side. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. So take the other side. Remember, you folded over that little edge. Okay? And we're going to put glue on this little edge right here. Do it closer to the camera so you guys can see. So we're going to put glue along the edge there. And then we take our edge and we glue that edge right on the side of that window. Right down there. Okay? I don't know about you, but it's starting to look like a school bus. And then, whoops, mine wasn't quite stuck. If you just did what I did, just make sure you use your finger and press it down. If you got to add more glue, you can. So just press that edge down. And then you can fold it back over. It might help if you fold them over. You can also press them down too, to make sure that it's nice and stuck. And if you need to, you can add more glue. Okay? My doors are stuck. All right, it's starting to look like a school bus. Okay, so once you got this far, hold up your buses for me, because now we're going to have some fun decorating. All right, let's see. See those school buses? Okay, I'm going to give everyone a second to get caught up. And if you are already caught up, go ahead and grab your colored pencils or grab your crayons or your markers, whatever you want to use. And we're going to do some details on the bus. Okay? So we're going to start with our our bumper light, right? So we need a headlight. So let's take an orange or a yellow. I'm going to actually pull out my marker. This one is, I'll get the golden yellow, but it looks orange. Pull that out of my marker pack. But you can use a crayon or a color pencil. And I'm going to just color the front little light that we first drew. Okay. And I'm also going to do the back on the bumper. We're going to make the tail light the same color. You guys can switch up the color if you want to do a red for a brake light. You can. So I colored my front bumper light and my back bumper light. Okay. So now we've got headlights. I'm going to use my colored pencil. I've got my black one out to just draw some edge lines around my bus. So I'm going to do a line that's going to outline the front here. Going to outline my front part where my engine is. And then just do some detail lines. You guys can add some details. Maybe do some lines over the tires, right? Shows where those tires go. Okay. And then I'm going to also, on the outside of my doors, I'm going to draw some more little windows. So we're going to see through these doors too. So I'm just going to draw a smaller rectangle inside that on each one, just to make some windows. And I'm using my colored pencil, but you all can use a marker. You can make these any color you want. And then I'm going to just draw some glare lines, because you know it reflects off the window. Okay? All right. Okay. And then I'm going to take a blue, so I'm going to get my blue colored pencil, and I'm going to make some blue lines on my windows. You can use any, there's two different shades of blue. I'm going to use my lighter one. And I'm going to outline the inside of my school bus driver's window. Okay. Blue, just to add a little detail to it. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to add another little line up here around the corner. And have some fun with any of the lines you want to do. Same thing on my big window. I just want to do the edges. So I'm going to outline my edges, because remember, you're going to draw inside of there. All right, Hope, I want you to pick out one of our viewers, and I want their first name and what grade they're going to. Okay, Hope's going to pick one out for me in a second, so we'll see who she picks.
All right, we have Paige going into first.
Okay, Paige is going to first grade. Paige, raise your hand, because we're about to make your school bus to first grade. So I'm going to take my blue, and I'm going to write below my window, I'm going to write Paige, P-A-I-G, right? P-A-I-G. E, yep. Paige's school bus. You can write whatever you want, but Paige, this one is for you. This is going to be your bus on the way to first grade. Okay. Now, if you've got a white crayon, you can also make some marks on your tires. So in your crayon box, you should still have your white crayon. You can also do some tire lines. There, right? Because that white works really well on those black tires. Okay. Now I'm going to give you some homework because we're getting ready for school, right? So what I want you to do, I want everyone to take their Colors of the World crayons, and I want you to draw photos of you and your friends in the window here. So like you're going to school. So I want you to take the Colors of the World, and the great part about these is that you can use them to draw pictures that actually look like you. So you can make out your skin tone, your hair color, your eye color. And I want you to draw your pictures in there. All right, Hope, can we switch to the front camera? Good? All right, that's it for today's craft. So you guys have some homework, right? I want you to draw your pictures in here. And parents, if you're a part of the Facebook group, please share them. I would love to see the final ones when your kids are done with them so we can check out their school bus drawings. I also want to do one quick reminder. So in your activity book, there was an activity sheet to draw your true selfie using your Colors of the World crayons. I want everyone to draw their true selfies over the next 2 weeks, okay? So we want to see those. If you haven't done it yet, get your true selfie drawn, because when we do our very last live of the summer, I want to see everyone's true selfie. So I've got mine here. So this is mine that I drew. So I use my Colors of the World, and then I also use some of my markers and some of my other crayons. So you can use your other crayons if you want to get some fun colors to add some clothing and things like that. You could even put a baseball hat on yourself or a barrette in your hair. But I want to see your true selfies. So that's also part of your homework. All right, did everyone like today's craft? Can I get some thumbs up? Can I get some hellos? Yeah? All right. Everyone like today's craft? You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for crafting with me today. I will see you next week. We'll be sending out an email shortly with the time and all the info you need for the next Zoom next week. All right, friends, have a great day. Bye.